Hello YouTubers, Troz here. Back playing some more Kerbal Space Program First Contract. From last time we finished processing and beaming back most of our science. We've kept the surface samples on board. We have surface samples from 2 locations because we were able to land, do a hop, and then come back up here last time. And so we've refueled. At least we've refueled our main ship here. Basically, just a little bit of fuel missing out of these tanks. And you know what? Let's correct that. We'll just do in and in off of each respective tank. In and in. In and in. In and in. So our central tank is full. We filled up all these smaller outer tanks that are actually connected to the central tank. I've even filled up the monoprop tanks. We have plenty of monopropellant down here. So we're about ready to plan where we're going to go next. And kind of getting out of the sun here. And this was where we landed before, the twin craters. This kind of looks like a good location to aim for, except that it's coming out of the sun, so we won't have much power if we go there. But this is a biome, this crater is a separate biome, and directly around this is another biome, and then there's a canyon down over here that's a 4th biome. So that's all stuff we haven't seen yet. There's a similar crater over here, but because it's the dark side, well, it's going to be hard to plan to hit it. There's another... Okay, this is the twin craters where we were. This is a different crater, and it is also surrounded by highlands. And that's just coming into the sun, so that may be a target as well. And our path travels right over it, but that only really gives us 2 biomes. And maybe one of these other craters is a different biome, but maybe it's that one. It's going to be a little harder to tell. Maybe both of these, this one here and then this one, count as a Midlands crater. But like I said, it's a little harder to determine where. That's pretty obvious, the crater that counts as a highlands crater. And it's surrounded by highlands all in this area, so it should be relatively easy to get the highlands crater, and then this crater. And they're all relatively close. Although, I mean, we did a quick hop here, and I didn't think we'd have enough fuel, but now that we did get into orbit and still had a decent amount of fuel, I think maybe we could do 3 hops. As I said, the only problem is this is going out of the sun, and if we do, well, we're going to have to take another orbit, and then, you know, we could disconnect here and then change our orbit so we come more over here. But by the time we do another orbit, this will be that much further out of the sun. So I'm going to say for now, kind of our best bet is to go for this crater. There's a few other locations. I think this counts as... Well, this is either the northwest crater. I think it counts. You know, it's hard to see in the darkness. Up here is a northern basin, and the poles actually do count, but you have to be pretty far up towards the poles. And so at least for right now, I think this crater would be our best bet. So I am going to plan a maneuver. Woo, music jumping in. Right about here. That will take us down. And if I put another maneuver here, you know, just as target to slow down by. Our first is going to be a very small delta V, but it's going to be in the order of 500. So a good amount of our fuel will be used just to stop us here. But then we can we'll hit that. We'll hit the highlands. There's just a very thin ridge of right here. And we'll see where we go from there. So for now, I think we want to undock. And turn on RCS and just thrust away slightly so that when we do start slowing down, we don't have any chance of hitting. And oh, well, that's no good. My maneuver nodes went away when I undocked. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So we have 18 minutes here, and probably not too long in the sun. Are lights on? And here's the lights. So let's fast forward for a bit. See, we're going away from the orbiter, science module, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're about 2 minutes away from the burn. So it's about time we aim at our thrusting point. And this isn't really going to be that long of a burn, and doesn't have to be that accurate. So we don't have an estimate right now, but I'm just going to start burning about 5 seconds beforehand, and not even going to need to do full thrust. Just fast forwarding in a little. Say goodbye to the orbiter in 3, 2, 1. Turn on RCS and do the rest with RCS. Oh, I guess we passed it. Yeah, we did a little, but that'll be fine. That's a little early. We're gonna move this out over here. Yeah, so we got about 550 meters per second for our next burn. Here we go, leaving the orbiter's leaving us behind. We've slowed down. And we got about a minute and 44 for our next burn, and that occurs in about 8 minutes. I'm gonna start burning a little early. Maybe a minute and 15. Because we're gonna be close to the ground at that point, and I don't want to burn late and risk going too far. Basically, this is just to stop our horizontal velocity so we fall straight down. There's the sun recharging our batteries. There's the orbiter. So let's fast forward around here a bit. That surface pass underneath. Doesn't that look fantastic? Alright, we're starting to come up on the crater. I think that's the ridge of it. We need to aim properly now. Probably don't need RCS on. Have used a little bit. And, oh, let's start thrusting. Because we want to land as close to the edge of the crater as possible, so that we can later boost and hop onto the edge and get some highlands science. I want to make sure that this stays in the crater. Alright, I'm going to stop there. It seems to be slowing down quicker than I thought I would. But that's just why I start these a little early, just in case I'm not slowing down as quickly as I thought I would. Yeah, I was probably a little early. I want to try to hit this flatter part. Let's kill that and add one here. Something like that. And let's do that now. Alright, we are coming down. We're about 3,000 meters, well, not from the surface though. And the shadow will be this way. There is the shadow. Let's put our gear down. There's a light, so we're about 500 feet from the surface. Trying to get down to about 10. Alright, we're under 10. Drifting off a little bit. Alright, we're getting close. Let's slow down a bit. 3, 2. Nice touchdown. Just about 2.5 meters per second. And we only use about 1/3 of our fuel, which is pretty good. And let's get a crew report. Why are we in the Midlands? Is this not the East Crater? Let's keep the data. That sure looks like the Eastern Crater. There's Kerbin. Scientists can map this side. They told us this was the Eastern Crater. Let's see what the other instruments say. Okay. This says the Eastern Crater. Crew report's a little weird. Let's keep that data. Let's do some goo. Let's keep that data. Log the temperature. Keep that data. Log the gravity data. And keep it. And let's get some seismic accelerometer data. And let's keep that as well. Alright, let's get Bob out here on EVA. Let's touch down nicely. Let's walk out over here into the light. Let's plant the flag. Third landing location. And take an EVA report. Dust is getting everywhere, yep. It tends to do that. And let's take a surface sample. Combination of breccia and melted materials. Let's keep that. Okay, where do we want to go from here? I'm gonna try getting another crew report when we get back in. I'm gonna try... I think this crater counts as a Midlands crater. So that's going to be our ultimate goal. But between where we are and there is a thin slice of highlands. I think that's right here, like along the ridge. So I think I'm going to try going for like right here and hope that that is the highlands. And if it is, great, we'll get some more science. If it's not, well then they'll just take another hop over to here. From there, we'll see how much fuel we have left if we can take another hop before re-rendezvousing with the science orbiter. So let's get back in the ship. Let's get your pack on. Do a little jump. Up. Grab. Before we board, we want to take data and then board. And that should allow us to try to get another crew report here. Now it says East Crater. Well, that's good. We need all the science from all the spots we can get. Okay, we need to go northwest. So that should be kind of along this diagonal here, which would be straight down from at least the direction of the nav ball. So I think we have everything we need from here. So let's, yeah, up there on that ridge. If that's the way, I think that's the way you want to go. That should be highlands. All right, so let's throttle up. It looks like we're going this way in actuality. Yeah, it looks like we're going the right direction. We're going to need a lot of thrust, I think. Up on that ridge. I want to basically land on the highest point, and obviously we're not getting there quite yet. We already got some decent horizontal velocity. Well, probably need a little more. And let's stop there. And then we'll just plan to cancel our thrust like that. Alrighty, this is looking pretty good. Just coming across, and I'm gonna say we want to land just beyond this little crater. Still going up slightly, but we're about to hit our apoapsis and start coming down. And maybe landing in the crater wouldn't be too bad. As long as we're not near the edge, it looks relatively flat-bottomed. You know what, let's, yeah, right before this crater will be good as well. I hope you count as highlands. You know, I think we need to be a little further along. Right between these two craters will be good, I think. This looks a little slope, so I'm going to turn on RCS just to prevent us tipping over. Let's get it down a little quicker. Alright. Slow down. Alright. We landed! But we're nearly out of fuel. That takes more fuel than I think. Let us get a crew report. Let us not get a crew report. Observe the materials bay. Please say highlands. Highlands! We are gonna keep that data. We're gonna observe the mystery goo. We're gonna keep that data. Log some temperature. And keep that data. Log the gravity data and keep it. I'm going to log the seismic data and keep it. And we need a surface sample. Seeing how far we made it. 18 kilometers isn't that bad. Let's get Seafree out on EVA this time. Let's do an EVA report. Let's take a surface sample. Did I? Okay. Plant the flag. Fourth landing location. Turn on your lights so we can see if we're getting back in the vehicle. Turn your pack on. Let's do a little jump. Oh, no. You're not supposed to hit the vehicle that hard. Let's try that again. Jump. Oh, no. There we go. You can do it. Grab. Alright, again, we need to take the data and then board so we have another open spot to do a crew report from the highlands. Let's keep that data. Now, here's the question. We have about a third of our fuel left. We could try for this crater, but we used about a third getting from, well, here to here. Kind of don't want to risk it running out of fuel and needing to do a rescue mission. So it looks like with this ship, with these engines, these aren't the most efficient. We're only getting about 2 hops per fueling. So that's almost out, and, well, these still have fuel. They have a lot less fuel. See, although this says we have half fuel, I think this is more accurate. Because this is basically, I think this overcounts the size of this large. We still have about half our fuel left. I think we can do it. So again, we want to go northwest, and I'm pretty sure that this crater will count. It looks about right on my map. This one, I'm definitely sure would count. But it's a lot further. I'm thinking we can go for that one. Alright, I'm turning on RCS. And, yeah, the orbiter's still on the other side of the moon, not even halfway around, so we got time. Let's go for throttle up. And we want to go more west, I think, this time. Yeah, we're above all the terrain. Looks about right. We're doing a low hop this time. Something like that. Yeah, that didn't take much fuel, less than 200. Now we got a 24-second burn in just over a minute and a half. Is that the crater we're aiming at? Ooh. Okay, we want to stay away from that wall there. Does kind of look like we're heading right for it, so I'll burn a little early. Maybe 20 seconds. You know what, I want to put down maybe in the middle of this, so I'm going to start at 30 seconds actually. And let's start burning. He actually just basically stopped here. We're beginning to fall. And we're going to be somewhat near the edge of this mini crater inside the larger crater that we're in, but hopefully it won't be too sloped. I don't think it will. Don't want to be picking up too much speed. I'm not sure how much height we have to go. And the shadow is going to be actually really on an angle this time, so we're getting really close to the Terminator, which is the separation between the night and dark side. There's the shadow coming down the wall of the crater. Alright, let's slow this up a bit more. Okay, there's our lights. Yeah, this is going to be pretty sloped, turning on RCS. Let's keep about 14. We get pretty close, which we are getting pretty close now. Yeah, this is pretty sloped. Down, not up. Nope. Disaster. X off. Okay. I tried to cut the engines, and we just had trouble. Okay, guys. You guys okay there? Let's, hatch is obstructed. Can we... Oh, we probably can't get a crew report. Let's get an EVA. EVA report. Hey, well, we are in the Midlands Craters. Plant the flag. Fifth landing crash site. Little bits of solar panels all over the place. Yeah, that was way too close to the slope for comfort. Well, we lost one of our materials bays. Let's gather the rest of the science that we can out of here. Can we take the science? But you could take science. Or does it have to be part of a ship you control to take the science? There is no, pod or probe body on here. Wondering if that's why you can't... Oh, here we go. No, that was Bob. Oh, here we go. Collect data. Take data. Collect data. Remove data. The materials bay had all the... What data did we lose? Can we, review store data? We have... From the eastern crater, so we lost everything, or basically everything from the highlands. Oh. Oh, come on. I have to fly you. Collect data. Okay. Well, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna have to send the rescue mission. Oh, I need to get underneath there to get those other two. Can we, here we go. Get it nice and close. Take data from the accelerometer. And take the gravioli detector data. Okay, well, we have a crashed ship here. It should be able to last for a few days. Let's get back. Let's jump high into the air and thrust over there. This was going so well, too. Just a little too sloped. Yeah, if we had initially landed, like, here instead of up here where it's a little more sloped, or if I would have cut the engines a little faster... I thought I was hitting X. Apparently I missed. I'll have to watch the videotape and see exactly what happened. Let's grab board. We lost the highlands data. But other than that, we're okay. No one died. Have to make sure that the rescue mission lands in the flat part. We'll take all the data and try to get these guys back. Shouldn't be too hard to get back to them. Heck, it even says we still have fuel. And parachutes. That's... that's really strange. Yeah, you can see the angle of the... Yeah. I should not have tried landing here. When I saw how sloped it was, I should have changed direction and headed more towards the flatter area. Alright, let's head back to the Space Center. It's a little early for ending an episode. I usually run these a little longer, but let's see what we can do here. Let's load mission 20B. So this is the ship that we are currently flying. Or we're flying, I should say. Let's turn this into a rescue ship. Question is how. What do we have? We don't really have any more efficient engines than these. These just under 400 ISP. The higher the ISP, the more efficient it is. Yeah, we don't have anything. This is atmospheric. Well, we don't need the science module. How heavy were you? You were 3.5 tons. What we could use... Well, we need something to fill that gap. You're 9 tons. But you're fuel. I'm not sure if that's going to make it harder to get into space. We barely make it. We have to use some of the fuel, but now we'll have more fuel. And this will definitely get us to the moon. If we can get into orbit, which I think we can. We'll actually even be able to refuel the orbiter. The one thing this did have is some maneuvering thrusters. And we can use any leftover fuel we have to refuel the orbiter. The thing is, now we're gonna have not enough seats. Those aren't too heavy. We can't just make you 2, can we? No. Let's put those back. So I'd like to get the science we missed. But we're gonna need some seats. So we're gonna need one of these. Let's no. Nope. Nope. Which... There we go. Let's line that up with the stairs. And yeah, so it looks good there. We're going to be a bit heavier. We do have a little more fuel in this stage, but it's probably going to be a bit well, it was always a bit close getting to orbit. We did have to use a little fuel out of this stage. We'll probably have to use a little more. Each of these engines, propulsion, does have 220 thrusts, so we have almost 900 thrust out of that stage, which is pretty good. The lander stage only has 200 thrust because each of these only has 50. So, I mean, that by the time we get to this stage, even if we're not in orbit, we'll be above 60, hopefully. Hitchhiker container is about the same weight as the science. No, it's actually less. But we have more weight for the fuel, but that gives us more fuel. What we will need, I think, is more parachutes. 'cause we want to return this whole thing. 'Cause it'll have all our guys, and it'll have all our science, and hopefully at least 2 of these will have additional science. Parachutes. Something like that. That'll give us 4 additional parachutes. I'm hoping that will be enough. I'm also going to put on 4 additional legs. I'm hoping that they'll help with landing. Maybe not on the moon, but at least back on Earth. And we definitely want to aim for solid ground and not ocean. So this is going to be interesting landing. Let's just double check that everything is okay. That's the central engine. Those are basically the second stage, not counting the solids. This is the first stage of liquids. And then we have 3 pairs of solids to get off the pad. First we drop the solids. With separatrons we will drop the separatrons will drop this first stage here, and then with separatrons we'll drop this second stage here, and then this will have fuel. Piping looks alright. Then we'll have the when we drop that stage we'll have these 4 engines. And then we can separate and use these engines. And the one thing I have to make sure of is on the launch pad, we cut the fuel flow between these. So we want to use the fuel out of here and not out of the lander, so we can then just go straight away for landing. Now, 13 parachutes, one being a drogue chute to slow us down, and then 8 radial attached and 4 linear attached parachutes. And yeah, that should cover everything for building. We should have Action Group 1 deploys the solar panels. And I'm wondering if we want to risk our whole crew or maybe just send Jebediah. I mean, he's our ace pilot. And then we can put few of the, we can put Bob in the command pod with him and put Nelry and Setfree in the hitchhiker storage container. Yeah, I think that's a plan. And Mission 21, Rescue. Let's save that. And I'll see you guys next time when we attempt a rescue from the moon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.